Hey all, welcome to Monday, welcome to Countdown Day, and the last couple of weeks we have had fans vote on the top 10 G1 Transformers figures as well as the top 10 worst G1 Transformers figures. And it got me to thinking, and it got a couple of people to thinking, because this was actually a fan-suggested topic by a couple of people that made me and them wonder, hey, what do you think would be the top 10 must-have Transformers that should be in everyone's collection? Right? These are the ones that are quintessential. They should absolutely be in a Transformers collector's collection. Top 10 must-have Transformers. That's our focus this time around in the latest GotBot Counts Down. Hey all, welcome back to the channel. I am your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course subscribe, and while you are at it, light them up, baby. Hit that notification bell, please. Helps me out a ton. Let you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that's in the description down below. Also in the description down below. And if you happen to be in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring. Or, of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. So, like I said, top 10 must-have Transformers. This was a really interesting round of voting. Unfortunately, there were a number of people's votes that I had to disqualify. Some of them were because people tried to vote for more than one. That happens, as we know, all too well. But the other thing that was a problem was some people just said, like, Optimus Prime. And that's it. Like, you didn't tell me what mold, you didn't tell me what era, you didn't tell me anything, and there's a billion Optimus Prime. So those ones, some of them came back after the fact and like rectified it and said, oh yeah, you know what, like I mean G1 or I mean Armada or whatever the case may be. Some of them never came back. So we did have a number of votes that got disqualified that way because I don't know how to count it. However, luckily, there were a ton of votes, and we even have some honorable mentions. There are 4 honorable mentions this time. These ones all had votes, all had the same number of votes. They did not make the list, and they include, and there are some excellent ones here that easily could have probably been on the list. They include G1 Jetfire. Don't know much about it. I've never had it. Kingdom Rodimus Prime. I get that one. It is the very first time I ever liked the character of Rodimus Prime, and I really think that as far as a Rodimus goes, especially after Power of the Primes, it's what I was certainly looking for. So I agree with voters there. G1 Wheelie. Those votes, I believe, were jokes, but nevertheless, if you make a joke vote, it still counts. Like, that's the thing. It's still gonna count. And Siege Sideswipe. Very popular mold. I think a lot of people would say, hey, you should at least have a copy of the Siege Sideswipe mold, if not Siege Sideswipe proper. For me, it was Earthrise Sideswipe because I didn't like the Cybertronian mode. But I get it, and I understand the popularity of it. None of them made the list. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to do as we always do. And we're going to kick things off with number 10, my friends, first. And kicking us off at number 10, we have one of my favorites. One that I have often said is one of the best molds that Hasbro ever did. And it is Thrilling 30 Voyager class Springer. And I get that since this guy came out in 2013, we've had the Siege, we've had what a lot of people would say is the perfect G1 Springer with the Studio Series. I get that we have some third-party MP ones and whatnot, but when this guy came out in 2013, a lot of people said, look, he's a successful car, he's a successful helicopter, and he's a successful robot. About the only thing that you could really want added to him would be ankle tilt, which wasn't standard at the time. That said, all these years later, some 12 years later, people still say the ratchets, the heft, the transformation scheme, the articulation, it's all fantastic even all these years later on this version of Springer. Yes, many have replaced it, but there are a lot of people that say, even despite the replacements, they still kept this guy. In fact, a lot of people say he's still the Springer in their collection because he's just that good. A must-have for any collection? Probably. Certainly a must-have enough that he was able to take the number 10 slot. Coming in at number 9, we have Studio Series 86 Grimlock. This guy I was not going to get. I was happy with the Power of the Primes ones at the time, and I reviewed the version that my buddy Cyril had. Shout out to Cyril. And Starscream wife loved it and said, you need... She said, I'll never forget, she said, As a Transformers collector, you should have this in your collection. Like, she outright said that it was beautiful and you should have it in your collection. I mean, she's not even a major fan like those of us here in the community are, but even she was able to recognize the greatness of this guy, and he takes the number 9 slot. Sliding into number 8, we have Earthrise Optimus Prime, and those that voted for this said, look, it is a very convincing G1 Earth mode truck. He comes with a trailer. Even if you think it's small, he came with a trailer. He comes with roller. No, does he come with roller? I can't remember. But that's what people... No, he doesn't come with roller, but people did say, you can get the roller. That's what it is. You can get the roller. You can get the axe. He comes with an ion blaster. You can get a different ion blaster. He has the matrix of leadership. He has all of the quintessential things that a Optimus that is homaging like the traditional G1 should have. And compared to other G1 style Optimuses, this one being the complete package, was at an affordable price, even if Leader Class was overpriced for it. It's still the most affordable option for all of the bits and pieces that you would probably want for a G1 Optimus. I think those that voted for this guy were very money conscious, value conscious collectors who recognize all of the glory and greatness that is Earthrise Optimus Prime. Enough of them feel that way that this Optimus was able to take the number 8 slot. Coming in number 7, we have this guy. It is MP10 Optimus Prime. I get it, it's very popular. People love it and they say it is a quintessential G1 Optimus. I always felt like the chest was off. I reviewed MPP10. I didn't like it. I find the shoulder and arm transformation super janky. I don't know, it wasn't for me. I hate that mold can't T-pose. Like, it's such a limited outward motion on the arm. I understand the popularity, and I get that a lot of people think it's brilliant and awesome, and you know what, that's exactly why it's here, because this was about ones that people should have, must-haves for your collection. And even though it's not for me and I didn't really like it, I do think it's a mold that if you are a Transformers fan, you should absolutely experience. And if you like it, probably add it to your collection. MP10 takes the number 7 slot. Coming in at number 6, we have Kingdom Cyclonus. Now, it was specifically votes for Kingdom Cyclonus, though I think the Selects one could work here too, depending on which one you have. And people said the same thing. Look, the only problem with this guy, the only issue with this guy, the only inaccuracy with this guy is the yellowing. And of course that varies from mold to model, model to mold. Some have said this will probably be recolored for 86, quite possibly. Time will tell. However, the robot is the perfect silhouette for Cyclonus. The plane is, again, the perfect silhouette for the plane. There's next to no hollowness on this guy. A little bit in the back of the leg, but that's about it. They said he has great mass for a Voyager, excellent articulation, an interesting and involved transformation scheme, but it's rewarding when you go to plane, it's rewarding when you go back to robot. It's 2 great alt modes, great mass, great articulation, great everything, other than the yellowing. You take that out of it, this guy is so splendid that he deserves to be in everyone's Transformers collection, and he takes the number 6? Am I right here? 6? Yeah, 6 slot. And now a hush falls over the crowd because we've reached the most coveted, the ever popular halfway mark. Man, oh man, what a doozy at the halfway mark with Siege Jetfire. Absolutely agree. Nothing more needs to be said. It's the standard bearer. It was the very first Commander class offering. It has such chunky, huge mass, molded in detail, an excellent transformation, and astonishingly good plane mode. You can make it look G1 toy accurate. You can make it look G1 robot accurate. This is a splendid Jetfire that is arguably one of the best updates that Hasbro has ever pulled off. That's how fans feel. That's how even I feel. And he takes the number 5 slot. Number 4 is this guy, G1 Megatron. I mean, how can you really argue this? He was the leader of the Decepticons. I have handled G1 Megatron exactly one time. My friend David had it growing up, and for some reason, it only got broke. A lot of times when we would get together, we would play with wrestlers rather than Transformers. It was weird. And I know he had it, but I only ever handled it once, and that was only in robot mode, because I always thought the alt mode was kind of silly, because I couldn't use it like... I couldn't use the alt mode to go against Optimus Prime's truck, you know what I mean? But it's hard to argue with this. It's G1 Megatron. It's quintessential. Should be there. I can't believe I've never experienced it. Yeah, he takes the number 4 slot. Now we are into the top 3, and at number 3 we stick with G1 and this guy. It is Soundwave. Again, this is an example of like I played with Soundwave once. I knew one guy, Brian, who had him, and I can remember in grade 1 we were not supposed to go between classrooms, and I went between classrooms and went to the other classroom because I knew he had his Soundwave brought in for show and tell. And it was recess time, and the 10 minutes or whatever recess was is the only time I've ever handled G1 Soundwave, but even then it stuck with me that he was great. For G1, he was amazing. Never understood why he had a yellow visor, not red, but he was fantastic. Don't own it, have never owned it, but can't argue with it. Soundwave takes the number 3 slot. Oh, we are into the top 2, and at number 2, we have Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. What more is there to say? He has Roller, the trailer, the little repair drone thing. He has the axe. He has his blaster. He has his Matrix of Leadership. He has, I think for the first time, the correct head sculpt with the brim of his hat shaped the right way. I know that there are some upgrade kits. I know that there are some KOs. This mold, however it is that you kind of seek to have it, get it. It's splendid. I can't speak to the KOs, though I wouldn't mind having the Shattered Glass and the Nemesis versions of the cabs if I could find them. I also have the Centurion pack blaster in his hand because I find it fits the mold better. Shout out to Dragonfly. This is actually a resin cast of that, custom painted. Yeah, I mean, this is splendid. Right down to my custom painted chest on the guy. Love it. Absolutely love it. Yes, Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime is a gem, and he takes the number 2 slot. Now here we are, very tippy top number 1. And number 1 I don't think is going to surprise anyone because it's this guy. Yeah, it's G1 Optimus Prime. If you're a Transformers collector at some point in your life, you should have G1 Optimus Prime. I did as a kid. I was playing with him outside. I've said this story before. I was playing with him outside. He got shot out of the sky because he was, I don't know, flying or using like Sideswipe's backpack or something. And when he hit the ground, both of his legs broke off at the knee, and I was gutted and sad. I'm pretty sure I still have the trailer to this day. I don't think I have Roller anymore or any of the Optimus stuff, because what ended up happening was when he finally broke, we were kind of moving into Power Master Optimus Prime. So my replacement ended up being Power Master Optimus Prime. But I'll never forget that G1. I'll never forget putting those fists in his chest. I'll never forget the glory of when he was in truck mode, pulling them along and feeling like he was the leader of the Autobots. G1 Optimus Prime takes the number 1 slot. And there you go, we've done it once again, 10 down to 1, and other ones that had votes, and some of these are great. Shattered Glass, Siege, Jetfire, absolutely. Revenge of the Fallen, the little toaster bot, I can't remember his name. Reactivate Optimus Prime, MP44. Sonic Wing Mode Optimus Prime, MPP10, and then MPP10. I reviewed MPP10, hated it. Absolutely hated it. I don't like the MP10 mold at all. But Missing Link Optimus Prime, Squeaks, the Netflix War for Cybertron version of like Earthrise Optimus Prime. Power of the Primes Optimus Prime, Thrilling 30 Sandstorm, which is another one that I wasn't going to get. Starscream Wife told me to, by the way. G1 Bumblebee, Classics Mirage, Classics Optimus Prime, Generation Selects Black Zarek, Trigger Happy, Titans Return Trigger Happy, Studio Series Movie Optimus Prime, War for Cybertron Omega Supreme, G1 Omega Supreme, Hegemon, that was actually Starscream Wife's vote, Earthrise Scorponok, Platinum Edition Predaking, Fox Kids Transmetal, Rhinox, golly gosh gee, who else do I have here? DX9's Carry, yeah, a great version of Rodimus Prime. 86 Devastator, Wrong, Nightbird, HasLab Unicron, Cell, Megatronus, Big Convoy, Agent Knight, and so many more. What a round of voting. Let me know if your favorites made the list, the honorable mentions, or the not so honorable mentions. the stragglers, I like to call them, at the end. I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you are in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you're at it, hit the subscribe button. Stick around, have some fun with us here on the channel. And don't forget, not for a moment, not for a second, that you right there, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old fashioned way right here inside the videos.